HGTV.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I'm 15 and I'm in 10th grade.
I'm Skylar. I'm 9 and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, I'm Deb and I'm a photographer.
Hi, I'm Ryder and I'm 7 and I'm in 2nd grade.
And I'm Steve. I'm a Navy Explosive Ordnance Disposal Officer working at MacDill Air Force Base at Special Operations Command.
We're the Schwedhelm family. Welcome to our home.
I'm up on the roof now, and really this is the heart of our contracting catastrophe here at our home. As you can see, we have a flat roof, and that's sort of been some of the issue here. But the home was built in 1927 originally, and right now I'm on the original part of our house. And when we bought the house, we already knew that our roof was going to have to be redone, and I did a lot of research. I looked into about 4 different contractors and had them all come out here and selected the contractor we ended up going with based on what I thought was a sound engineering plan. That sound engineering plan didn't quite work out for us though. So once we had this great cutaway here though, about 3 months down we got our big Florida weather, and the rain came down and he left a small tiny hole over here. And as you can see, we're underneath these great big oak trees and the leaves piled up, and very quickly this entire area became a swimming pool. So to correct that second mistake, he came on down here, and in April time frame he cut this much larger opening. So right now what's happening, as you see these orange marks from a roof inspector, the water is coming over here and finding ways to just seep right back in and drip down these walls, hit our floors, and then span out from there. And from this opening, all the water from our house is coming through here, creating a great big waterfall effect. And as I talked about, there's some water seeping through here. And one of the things this contractor told me when we were originally working out this program here was that his guys were the experts in modified bitumen. And what he prided himself on was that they wouldn't show any seams, there wouldn't be any of that bleed out material. Well, it comes to turn out that after we had the roof inspector out here and the city inspector out here, bleed out is actually what you want on these modified bitumens. This right here is an example that I've been told by the inspectors of what right looks like. But this is only one small area that's right out of the rest of the roof that has overlap with no bleed out. And in fact, we've had an inspector that's identified 143 different spots where there's potential for leak because of that. I'll point this out for you where the city inspector and the roof inspector came by, and they've noted here a line of just how far they could stick a small tool underneath here without anything stopping it. Here's another example, traced out in the orange here, where you can just very easily just slide right back here, and I can still feel the protective film on the back of all this material. And here's one more example of an orange mark where it just peels away. But this brings up another point. When the contractor first came out, he talked about an aluminum coping, and he put that on, but it was his roofers that put it on that really didn't do the greatest job. And that was the first thing he came in to talk to us about, was saying, hey, well, I know this really doesn't look that great. We came out, took a look at it, and it didn't look good, and he pulled it off. Well, it comes to find out when we talked to the city inspector that that was now a violation of code, because all of these little points here along this roof are very liable to allow for any moisture to come on down, seep down. That comes down our walls. As I said, we have a 1920s home, so we have lath and plaster walls, and who knows what's happening now behind all of those walls along this entire perimeter of our house. Not part of our roof problem, but we also have a couple of these water damaged windows that we're going to have to replace. Thanks for listening to our story, HGTV. I've got to leave now because we're going to be parachuting into Kylie's high school football game tonight with the Special Operations Parachute Team.
So now we're going to bring you inside our home to show you some of the problems that have happened because of the roof leaks. Basically, because of our roof catastrophe, we now have a catastrophe inside our house too. So this is one of the first walls, and even though it doesn't look like much, what's happened is somewhere in the roof there was a leak, and it's come down the wall and found an exit inside our fireplace. And at one point we had this emergency water service company come out, and they evaluated the different walls, and this wall was wet. Up here on our ceiling, we have this whole area where we think the leak actually came from down on the other side, and this must be a low point, and so it's now cracked our ceiling. the paint's all peeling off, bubbling up, and the crack goes all the way down the wall. So we're still in our same living room where we had the damage to the walls and the ceiling. Now I want to show you this damage on our wood floors. These are original wood floors. This is a 1927 house. And all along this wall, there's water damage where the floorboards meet. So all along our entire bedroom wall here, these wood floors are completely ruined, and it extends the entire wall. So now we're in the office, and this is kind of where our leaking began. Back in February, we had 4 massive leaks in here, huge buckets full. So I marked when the initial damage happened in April, and then just kept marking with a Sharpie with the consecutive damage. When we had the roof inspector out here, the one that we hired, we also opened up the wall for him, and it was completely saturated and full of mold. Here in the office, the water got so bad that if I would step anywhere near this area, this gross, disgusting water would come bubbling up from under the floorboards, and we'd actually have puddles here in the office. And one of the really hard things is basically this is where I spend all day, every day as a photographer. I sit at this desk, and so I have these floors full of water. I have this wall full of mold, and you know, who knows the extent of how bad the mold really is. We just opened one little area and it was filled with mold. So one of the things that you guys asked for is for our family to share why we feel we should be selected. So naturally, you could hear from Steve and I why we think we should be selected, but we thought it was equally important for you to hear from the kids because they're part of our family.
Hi, my name is Ryder. I feel that we should be on the TV show because one of the inspectors said there was 143 things wrong on our roof. We also have a huge crack in our roof, and in my mom's room, in her office, by her computer, water has been leaking and the floor looks white. And once there was a leak in my mom's office and it filled up 2 whole buckets. This will help us because we have been through so many leaks in our house that we just don't want to live in here anymore.
My name's Skylar. I think that we should be on the show because every time the roofers came, the roof just got worse and worse. Also, the floors and walls are full of water. If the people come and fix our roof, it would make it so that we can play with our mom more, plus stop her worrying about the roof. My dad is leaving this summer, so if they did not remodel the roof, my mom would not be able to take care of us and would have to do the roofing by herself.
143 problems define our roof, and many more create the house we have. Home is where the family grows. Our parents have been fixing the house, dressing over it for the past 2 years, and it has still gotten worse and worse. When summer rolls by, we carefully keep check of all the leaks, filling buckets fulls of water that damage our floor. My family has done so much for me moving into this neighborhood so I can go to the best high school, Plant, and they still are. Stress and tears are not what make up a family. Love, warmth, and safety is what you need for a family. I honestly just want my family back close together, away from the worries of our house, where the family's love should blossom.
Thank you for this opportunity, and we hope that we're selected. After dealing with this for a year and having to now make the repairs, and with having Steve leave this summer, we just hope we can get this done quickly and enjoy our family. Thank you.